Hey, I'm so glad you're here and that you've gone ahead and done your process of your inbox cleanup and you're one step closer to controlling your inbox. Now that you've got everything set up and organized in your inbox, the biggest next step is basically doing your tasks every day in a certain manner. So, how do you go about doing that? Basically, you need to set boundaries for how you will check your email. The one thing you need to remember is that email is not a passive activity. Email is something that requires action. So, if you're going to do your email, you need to have set times in the day where you're going to take an action and handle them. That's the biggest part about the inbox cleanup is having that control because you're doing what you want to do at that time or you're taking those next actions. So what I mean by this is going into your inbox at specific times during the day, and you can set aside different times. So say you know you need to go in and check and just make sure that there's nothing urgent going on every morning. That is fine as long as you set a timer and you do not stay in that inbox for more than a few minutes. So if you want to go in there for 3 to 5 minutes and sort out your inbox into what you need to follow up with next, who you need to contact, who you're waiting for a response on, any of those things, if you want to go in and sort them into your different labels, that's perfectly fine. The whole point is that you don't wake up immediately and look at your phone and check that email, or the first thing you do is sit down to start your day and check email because that's where you're not controlling your day. So this is all about controlling your email or controlling your inbox and in turn controlling your day. So go ahead and set your time. I always use an example of checking your emails at 10 a.m. and at like 2 p.m., 1 p.m., something in the morning and something in the afternoon. And then, of course, if you end your day every day at like 5 p.m., I would say always go in and check your inbox at like 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m., not the last thing at the end of the day, because you don't want to sit down and be like, okay, I'm done for the day and I'm going to turn off the computer now and check your inbox and realize you have to respond to something or deal with something that's going to take another 30 minutes. No, you want to go and check it at like 4 o'clock and see if there's any last minute things that you need to take care of before you can end your day. And that way it's not causing any problems and you have your boundaries set. So, for example, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through how to do this. So when you go into your inbox, you will see this. Okay, this is how you would go into your inbox and work it every single day or 1 to 2 times a day. Now, this is a very bad example because I'm using one of my catch-all email addresses, and you'll notice there is right now almost 50 emails in this inbox here. And this email filters a lot of emails to it. You'll notice this label here, which is one of my other email addresses. That's basically another email address that's being forwarded to it. I think this email probably has 3 or 4 email addresses all connected to it. So it's an example I'm going to go ahead and use. Not a great one. This is not how I want your inbox to look like, but when you first start out, you are going to have a lot of things in your inbox and you're going to have to train it. So this inbox, like I said, it's the catch-all. It's the one that I give to get freebie things or to sign up for things or to purchase things like Amazon, and I see Thrive Markets on here. Anything that's technically this is my personal email, and it also has the catch-all. So I keep my personal and my business email separately. If you looked at my business email, it's a very it's more controlled. I control that inbox very well, and I actually give you a behind the scenes of that inbox in another video. If you keep going, it's one of the last ones and you'll be able to see that. But for now, what I want to show you is how you should be working your inbox every day and at your specific times. So let's pretend it's 10 a.m. and that's the time that I'm going to go to my inbox. wow, I have a lot of things in my inbox I need to take care of. So the first thing I do is go through and delete things. Now, delete and unsubscribe are the top two things you need to do to get rid of things in your inbox. Basically, for the most part, this inbox has some things I could unsubscribe, but right now, for the sake of time, I'm just going to delete most of it. I'm not going to go ahead and unsubscribe it, but in the future, I will eventually unsubscribe from some things. The other thing is I do use labels for personal emails. It's very important to be organized and to take care of things and get rid of them as you see fit. So when you first log in, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through this. And I don't care about Netflix. I don't care about Facebook. I don't care about FPL, The Hustle, Every Girl. I don't want to read that email. Basically, I see who they're from and I see what the subject line is. And if it's something that I want to save, I'll leave it there. So for this email, I'm going to go back and look at that. But for the rest of them, I'm just going to go through and I'm going to see. I don't really want to look at all of these. The ones that have labels I do actually keep for the most part, or I will go ahead and archive them. So I'm looking through all of these and you'll notice I'm going to delete a lot of emails, and that's the quickest way to do anything. So there are a couple here that I did look at this earlier, so I'm going to go ahead and leave everything on the bottom because I kind of looked at those on a different day, and I just deleted 26 emails. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, is there anything here that I want to look at this moment? And then I would take the time and I would go through and say, okay, I want to look at it or not, or do I need to add a label? The next thing to do is to go through and look at everything that already has a label and decide, do you want to look at it right now or do you want to just archive it? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on all of these just to archive them. And I clicked on them, I hit archive. They already had labels, so I know they'll go into the spaces that I need them to go into. And then there's a couple others that I want to look at on a later date. So I already have this one starred. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on all of these that I want to read later. So I clicked on them, and then I'm going to go over here to the label or to the tag, and I'm going to go down and I'm going to put the look label on it, and they all have the @look now, and I'm going to hit the archive button, and now they've moved down. Here they are under my look filter. So your inbox right now should already have your top 3 or 4 filter labels, and those would be your top important things. And basically what you're doing is you're filtering everything through your inbox and you're putting it into basically a to-do for later if you're not going to look at them right now. So I'm just going to go back here. I missed one that I needed to delete. I'm going to go ahead and delete these other ones. I'm going to delete this one, and I want to look at these later. So I'm going to click on those and I'm going to go ahead and put those under @look again, and I'm going to archive it, and now my inbox is completely empty. The personal inbox is a little different than your work inbox because you would most likely take an action on a few of those emails before filtering them into another box, even when you have your short period of time. The rule of thumb is if it will take less than 3 minutes to respond to an email, is to do it right at that moment when you have the time. So as I was saying, for your different inboxes, this is my personal one, so it's a little different. I have do next, follow up, and look. And in the business emails and the inbox cleanup emails, I will make for you a meeting action, follow up next, waiting for response, and to do. I can't remember what the fourth one is. Anyways, the naming doesn't really matter. It's whatever you want it to be. And you don't have to keep the ones that I create for you. You can always go ahead and edit them. So for my personal one, it's a little different because for the most part, I'm not really going to follow up with any of my personal emails. So I don't really have a follow-up. So you'll notice the follow-up section has no messages. And I do have a starred. So starred is kind of the same as look at. It's important. I want to look at it again. You'll see that some of these under the look section do have stars with them. And basically it's just what needs to be done. So for do next, basically in my personal email account, things that I need to do next would be making sure that my son's Adobe subscription is going to renew and taking care of that. So I have that under do next. Now, I did already forward this to him, but I have it under do next because I need to make sure it gets taken care of. And then I have some older emails in here because I don't really use this function. If it's something that I need to do next, I would either do it immediately or not, or they're just things I want to follow up and read. You'll notice a lot of these are older from 2017 because I haven't really reviewed this inbox. It really is a bunch of junk and things that I might want to read and then I never go back and read it basically, or things I've signed up and stuff like that. But basically, that's how you handle your inbox. You go in 1, 2, if at most 3 times a day. You go through your inbox. You take an action if it's a quick action, and you take care of the email. Or you filter them into your different sections of do next, or immediate action, follow up next, waiting for a response, whatever you need to take that next action. And then when you have more time set aside, you will go back and handle the things that will take longer for you to get done. Okay, so to review, you need to have your boundaries in place, and your boundaries will be what times of the day you will be checking your email. That could be 2 to 3 times a day, and you're going to decide out of those times if you're going to have 5 minutes to 30 minutes to check them. So basically, if you want to go in at 9 a.m. and check your email just to make sure everything's taken care of, you can set aside 5 minutes at 9 a.m. to check it, and then put things in your categories to work when you have more time. So at 1 p.m., when you have 30 minutes set aside, you will go back in and you will check those emails, and you will take care of the ones that will take longer. So if you have to schedule an appointment with somebody, respond to an email that's going to take you more than 5 minutes to type out, something like that. Anything that takes longer than 3 minutes is something you need to schedule for a longer chunk of time. And then if you insist on having a third time of your day to check your email, I would again limit that to 5 or 10 minutes and do the quick responses, and anything that's going to take longer, filter into your immediate action column or follow up next, anything like that. The whole point of this is to not just spend hours a day on your email, and for you to have control. And you do that by setting these boundaries. And I know it's hard. I do check my email infrequently throughout the day on my phone because it's a natural thing for us to do nowadays that we're using social media all the time. So if I'm not going to look at Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and everything else, I'm going to hit that inbox button and I'm going to scroll through it. The difference is that when I'm doing that, I'm not responding to anything when I'm looking at it. That's a passive activity, and email is not passive. Email is something where you should be taking action. So if you do have clients who expect immediate responses, you're going to need to check your email all the time. Does that mean you're taking an immediate action? No. That means you're just opening it up, looking at it, seeing, okay, who emailed me? I don't need to respond to them, and closing your email. Now, once you have your boundaries in place, you'll know that when you go in, you know at 1:30 or whatever time you make it, 10 a.m., I'm going to sit down and I'm going to handle each of my emails. So if I have to respond and it's going to take 3 minutes or 10 minutes, I have that time in place when I'm going to do it. And your clients at first may expect an immediate response from you, or they may not. It depends on what boundaries you've put in place for them. So for a rule of thumb, really, I don't expect immediate responses from a lot of people. If it's something that I do need an immediate response from, I'm more likely to call or text you. If I'm emailing you, I don't expect you to get back to me. 24 to 48 hours is basic, and that's personally fine. For me, that's perfectly fine. So, and that's what I tell my clients. You'll get a response within 24 hours because we all have lots of things to do, and you might not be in the office that day, or something may come up, which is perfectly fine. We do not need to be on email every second of the day, just like you don't need to be on social media every second of the day. And you want to make sure that you're controlling your inbox and controlling your life and handling it how you see fit. I hope this has helped you. If you have any questions, let me know.